Yo, how's it going, everybody? We're back with another trade recap. It's been a while since I did a trade recap. Um, I've been going through the trading crisis basically every trader goes through, but I'm glad it went over with as I blew my first ever funded, and I ended up buying a new account, passing that in 3 days. So I was back on another funded, ended up blowing that funded. And then after blowing that funded, I just went till and just started like thinking I could make everything back. And I ended up blowing a couple accounts. And then the next day I was like, all right, like what am I doing? This is not working, clearly. So I just locked in and just followed my rules. Two losses per day and then I'm off the charts. Take a win and I'm off the charts. A break even and then just back see if I have another entry. But yeah, I'm still a bit in drawdown on this new XFA, but we're getting it back. You know what I mean? Just following my rules and just being disciplined when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, man, all glory to God as always. And let's get to the recap. Um, I was overly bullish. Obviously, we are in all-time highs. There's no reason to short. There's no reason to short. Even if we got this SMT placed in with ES on the daily, um, there's still no reason to short. We are in all-time highs. So overall bullish, and my reason I was bullish, and the only reason I started to enter these trades would be tapping into this 15 and taking out Asia and London session. So we had this 15 on ES, same with NQ. As NQ was a lot clearer. And I had both of these draws down here in market open, but we just kept dumping market open and we tapped into this. I'm not even sure what this is, but maybe there's 5 minute gap here. We tapped into this 5 minute gap here. I'm not even sure why this is here, but 5 minute gap. Guess we tapped into this 5 minute gap, sweeping Asia and London. So I was just looking for a clear distribution. I ended up taking a loss as well, market open, trying to long and just thought that this draw was gonna get taken right away, but ended up taking a loss there. And that was where I wasn't really following my rules, and I was like, bro, just lock in. And yeah, I waited patiently, and here's the execution on the 1 minute. My entry reason was we got a resweep on the 15 to 30 second. We got here, ended up resweeping, so we had this accumulation on the 15-second, accumulation, manipulation to the downside, and my entry was distribution here, but it was on the 50-second, so it wasn't really clear and good price action. But the thing that ended up saving us was we did end up having a rejection block. But my entry was this AMD model, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and I ended up entering here off of this 15-second gap go invert. And as you can see, we almost got stopped out. So this rejection block ended up saving us. This wick here was acting as a support and resistance as we respected this wick and ended up coming up higher. And yeah, I just had my stop at a protected low and just trusted the trade. And yeah, I had my stop at this protected low as ES ended up creating equal lows with this stop, as you can see here. So no SMT here, just created equal lows, and we ended up just shooting up after that. And my initial draw on liquidity was, of course, this 9:30 a.m. open high. But lately, as I've been taking trades with the draw on liquidity being a 9:30 open high, I just seen that ES tends to take it out way before NQ does. So as soon as ES took out these draws open high, and it was around here. Around here. As soon as they took out these draws, I got out because I had clear um like results in the past where I get stopped out or break even after I keep my TP here. ES creates a SMT with this high and ends up coming back down and stopping me out or going to break even. So, I'm gonna take my piece of the pie, regardless of how much it was. I'm just gonna take my piece of the pie because, to be honest, I have been catching myself be just a little greedy sometimes and just hold on to that TP, knowing there's a level of resistance for a reverse, and just holding on to that and just ended up losing the trade, knowing I was in green for a while. So beyond blessed that I'm starting to learn and to implement just taking my piece out, taking the piece of the pie and just, yeah, just taking the piece out of the pie. So we had this 2RR trade, risked around 400, ended up coming out on top with around 700. And yeah, initial TP was here, reduced it to here, do an SMT with ES after taking out these draws. So yeah, beyond blessed. All glory to God as always. And yeah, let's gotta work towards this payout. God bless you, everybody.